while I appreciate the suggestion to be alone for a while, I have been super isolated most of my life, and dating again was actually huge progress for me that we worked on for months. I told my therapist that Phil crossed a line, and I don't want to save relationships with him or my friends. I want to improve my self-esteem. Her emphasis has always been on avoiding isolation at all costs and learning to endure other people's imperfections. She agreed that this Christmas incident was really bad. I am still processing all this. I am surrounded by people who encourage me to be a doormat, and I am still shocked at what others thought. I really thought Phil and BM were right, and 48 hours is not enough time to process that maybe my whole worldview is totally messed up. I went to my friend Mary's house and realized that she's maybe my only real friend. She didn't judge, told me Phil is nuts, and we had a great time with her family. I left my dog with a neighbor since her oldest is nonverbal and can be unsafe with animals. I sent him a Venmo request for the money I spend on gas and gifts, and he paid it. Phil threw BM out at 2 p.m. and begged me to come home. I got my dog back from the neighbor, took out the cheapest gifts, and he made his kids thank me and play with the presents, which felt very awkward as he tried to beg them to engage with me while they were on their phones. We hung out with his kids though for an hour. BM came back and refused to get out of her car. Phil is now telling me he loves me and wants to marry me, etc. I don't know what to do. I've been reading non-stop on narcissistic abuse these past few days. I am seeing that Phil is just like my mom and that this is maybe what she did. Hoovering. But again, I am fighting to stop being totally isolated, which I did for years after leaving the cult. I had no friends, never dated. It's laughable the number of people who accused me of desperately needing a man. Phil is my first boyfriend, and we met when I was a 31-year-old virgin with no friends. So yes, being alone is grand, but I have been alone all my life and fought hard to stop wanting to be alone. Learning to talk to people outside of work topics, have social skills, etc. has been a huge battle. I am not autistic, but I read that way because after age 7, I was the only kid left in our cult commune, and I have no social skills, and prefer to be alone to an unhealthy degree. I don't know what to do. Maybe Phil grew a spine. Maybe it's hoovering. I'm standing up to him though, and looking at finding new friends and hanging more with Mary, who said I am always welcome at her house. If you recall, my BF threw me out on Christmas because his baby mama would not let him see his kids unless he uninvited me to Christmas. He expected me to leave behind the expensive gifts I bought his kids, take him grocery shopping. He can't drive for medical reasons, and leave my dog with them to play with. I have a history of social isolation, abuse, and have one friend my own age, so I had no one to tell me how bad this was, and no other social outlets. Phil arranged a small Christmas gift opening for me, him and his kids. He finally told me he loved me and wants to marry me. He then offered to let me move in with him, but then hit me up to buy a sofa. A few days later, I was out of gas. He got out to pump the gas, but asked for my credit card. He would not even chip in for gas, even though I take him everywhere. A couple of weeks ago, I noticed that I am out of kitchen knives. Like, my utensil drawer was just emptier and emptier. I have a cleaning lady and figured maybe she put them someplace weird because she is spaced out.